Hey everyone, it's Mike here. Today we're going to go through a bit of a yoga routine really good for stretching and releasing out the legs and the hips, and also a little bit of vinyasa flow. Not too intense today, but just more to sort of stretch everything out and get a bit of core conditioning today. So we'll start off laying down on your back, laying down and just hugging your right knee in. Just letting the left leg float off the mat just a little bit. And inhale to switch. So slowly switch with the breath. Exhale, stretch, hug in. And inhale, switch. Focus on the out breath. Relax into the stretch. Inhale to switch. Exhale. And inhale, and exhale. One more straight up. So now we're going to move the right knee out to the right side. Open up the hips and stretch. And now moving the left knee out to the left. Again to stretch. So play around with the distance that you move the knee out from the body. Whatever gives you the best stretch, whatever feels best for you. And inhale, and exhale. And inhale, and exhale. A couple more rounds. And last one on the left. Okay, so from here, just crossing your right ankle over your left knee and just lifting your hips up in a bit of a modified bridge. Just let the top leg relax. So keep your hips up nice and high. And peeling your spine down. Let your legs fall over to the right. Press the top ankle down on the bottom knee for a deeper stretch. And coming back up, switching to the other side. Same on the other side. So make sure your hips are nice and square, nice and high as well. And peeling your spine down, let your legs fall over to the left. Press the top ankle down on the bottom knee for a deeper stretch. And coming back up. Just releasing out, just doing a few circles. And rocking back and forwards a few times, rocking up to seated. Okay, so we'll just stretch out the legs a little bit. So coming into high plank, just make sure that your wrists are stacked beneath your shoulders, that your wrists aren't too wide. And just stretching out left and right a few times. And coming up into down dog, just stretching it out. And from here, inhale, lifting the heels, coming up onto the ball of the foot. Exhale, coming forwards into high plank. And inhale, lift the hips, sink the heels towards the mat, stretch. And two more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, coming forwards. And inhale, lift the hips, sink the heels towards the mat, stretch. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, coming forwards. And inhale, lift the hips, sink the heels, and stretch. Dropping down to the knees. Just bringing your wrists underneath your shoulders, 4-point position. And inhale, rotating the right hand up to the sky, drawing the shoulders down as you look up. And then coming down, thread the needle, twist. And inhale, as we come back up, draw the shoulders down. Exhale, back to the mat. Shrugging out the shoulders, moving the hips, setting up for the other side. Inhale, raising your left hand. And exhale, coming down, twist. And inhale, making your way up. And exhale, back down. So bringing your knees to the edges of the mats, toes to touch. Bringing both hands over to the right hand edge of the mat. Left hand on top of your right hand. Slide your left hand as far forward as you can. Send your hips back to stretch. Relax your head, relax your shoulders. And inhale, coming up. Switching to the other side, same on the other side. Sliding that right hand as far forward as you can. Send your hips back to stretch. As we come up. Okay, so coming back into a 4-point position. Coming back into high plank. And from high plank, coming into downward facing dog. Inhale, raising your right leg. Coming into 3-legged dog. Exhale, step the right foot in between the hands. Low lunge. So, lift your chest. Lower your hips in your lunge. So make sure that your forearms are stacked with your shin. Drawing the shoulders down, straighten up the back leg, nice and sharp in the back leg. And inhale, raising the right hand, coming into a bit of a twist. Exhale, top hand back down, dropping the back knee. And from here, inhale to rise, looking up. Send your hips forward. Dropping your right arm. Reach your left arm across to the right. So we're aiming to get a good stretch on the hip flexors. So you might feel a deep stretch if they're tight, which is good because this is a pose that you should be doing to release that out. If you don't feel much of a stretch, that's fine. It just means that there's not much tightness there. You're one of the lucky ones. Inhale, center. Exhale, coming back. Step it back, walk it out in plank. Coming back into down dog and walk it out, left and right. Inhale, raising your left leg. Coming into 3-legged dog. Exhale, step the left foot in between the hands, a low lunge. Lift your chest, lower your hips. Finding your low lunge. Inhale, raising your left hand, twist. And exhale, top hand comes back down. Drop the back knee. Inhale to rise, lifting the chest, sending your hips forward. Dropping your left arm, reach your right arm across to the left. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, coming all the way down. Stepping it back, walk it out, left and right. And coming into down dog. Inhale, raising your right leg. Coming into three-legged dog. Exhale, step the right foot forward for pigeon. Okay, so setting up for pigeon. So you want to bring your knee up, ankle across. With pigeon, we want our hips nice and square. Okay, this is not a contest to get the glute down to the mat. Okay, if you've got tight hips, you might want a bit of support with the block. Okay, lifting the chest, relax the shoulders. If you want a bit of a deeper stretch in the quads, you can bring this ankle in, but this is a bit too much for some people, so you might want to let that go if you bring it in, and you might get a hamstring cramp, or it just mightn't feel nice. So this one's optional. Maybe floating the hands. And just releasing the back leg. If you're already getting a deep stretch in the hips or maybe the glutes, stay up the top. But if you'd like to increase the stretch, maybe coming down to the forearms, or maybe come down lower. If you've got a block, it can be quite nice just to rest your head on the block. It just allows you to relax the muscles of the neck a little bit more. So give it a go. If it doesn't feel nice, just leave it out. So just relaxing in for a few breaths. And making your way up. Tucking the back toe under. Step it back to plank and walk out of the plank a bit. Coming back into downward facing dog. Inhale, raising your left leg. Coming into three-legged dog. Exhale, step left foot forward, pigeon on the other side. So, same again. Shuffle around, see if you can get that back knee back. Place your hands on your hips, make sure your hips are square, not tilted off to the left or right. If you took this option on the other side, ooh, hamstring. Then maybe bring the heel in if your hamstrings are behaving themselves. Maybe floating the hands. And just releasing the back leg if you've raised it. So same again, either staying up the top if you're getting a deep stretch in the hips already, maybe coming down to the forearms, maybe down even lower. And making your way up. Tucking the back toe under, stepping it back to plank, and walk it out. And from plank, lifting your hips up, coming into downward facing dog, and walking it out, left and right. All right, coming into our vinyasa flow for this week. Inhale, raising your right leg, coming into three-legged dog. And tiger curl, exhale, tiger curl, coming forwards, maybe down to the wrist, maybe across to the other elbow. And inhale, reaching up, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the right foot in between the hands, low lunge, lifting your chest, lowering your hips. Staying here, or inhale, raising the left hand, taking a twist on the left side. Exhale, top hand comes down, drop the back knee. Inhale to rise. Keep the arms moving. Exhale as you come back down. Step the front foot back, take a seat, Balasana. Inhale, scoop through, nice and low, into Cobra. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, pushing up to all fours from Cobra. Tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. Staying in down dog for a few breaths, or take a vinyasa if you'd like to take a vinyasa. Inhale, raise the right leg, coming into three-legged dog. Exhale, step the right foot in between the hands, crescent lunge, coming up, whoa, into crescent lunge. Either looking straight ahead, fingertips to the sky, or maybe taking a back bend. And looking forwards, arrowhead, coming forwards into arrowhead. Inhale, as we reach up. Exhale, coming all the way down. Stepping back, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths in down dog, or come forwards and take a vinyasa if you'd like to take a vinyasa. Inhale, raise the right leg, coming into three-legged dog. Exhale, step the right foot in between the hands, coming up into crescent lunge. Whoa. And then from crescent lunge, coming forward, setting up for dancer's pose. Okay, so dancer's pose, balancing on your right foot. Grab the inside of the back foot, slowly coming forward. Make sure that the left knee doesn't kick out to the side too much for dancer's pose. And slowly coming back in, releasing out to balance. Stepping your foot down for a wide squat. And coming down into a wide squat. So if squatting does not feel nice, feel free to sit on the block or just sit cross legs on the ground, because squatting is a bit too intense for some people. But if this feels all right, interlace the fingers, reaching back, looking straight ahead. And coming forwards, binding the squat, reaching your right hand down to the mat, left hand up to the sky, and bind. And reaching out, coming back in, switching sides, left hand down, right hand up, and bind. Reaching back out. So from here, either taking a seat, easier option, just taking a seat for a few breaths. If you're up for an arm balance, though, bring your hands forward, placing your knees behind your tricep. So easier option is knees out to the side, easy crow, or Bakasana, harder crow, knees behind the triceps. Slowly coming in, slowly is the operative word for Bakasana. See how lightly you can rest your legs on your arms, okay? It's mostly core work. Lightly resting the legs on the arms. And coming back out of Bakasana, if you're in Bakasana, chest lifted, standing up tall. Turning the toes in, and exhale, fold all the way down. Stepping it back to plank, from plank, downward facing dog, and walking it out left and right. Moving on to the left side. Inhale, raising your left leg, coming into three-legged dog. Exhale, step the left foot in between the hands, low lunge. Lifting the chest, lowering the hips. Setting up your lunge, forearms lined up with the shin, and maybe taking your twist to the left. Exhale, top hand comes down. Drop the back knee. Inhale to rise. Keep the arms moving. Exhale as we come down. Tuck the back toe under, step it back, walk it out. Inhale, raising the left leg, coming into three-legged dog. Exhale, step the left foot in between the hands, low lunge, drop the back knee. Inhale to rise. Exhale, coming all the way down. Step it back, take a seat, Balasana. Inhale, scoop through, low, cobra. And pushing up to all fours. Tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. Walk it out left and right. Staying here, or maybe taking a vinyasa if you want to take a vinyasa. Inhale, raising the left leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the left foot in between the hands, crescent lunge coming up. So either looking straight ahead, fingertips to the sky, maybe taking a back bend. And looking forwards, coming into arrowhead. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, coming all the way down. Stepping back, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths in down dog, or take a vinyasa if you'd like to take a vinyasa. And inhale, raising the left leg, coming into three-legged dog. Exhale, step the left foot in between the hands, crescent lunge. Coming up, and then coming forwards, setting up for your balance, dancer's pose. So grabbing the inside, whoa, grabbing the inside of the back foot, slowly coming down, looking straight ahead, find your drishti, straight ahead. Make sure that back knee doesn't flare out to the side too much for dancer's pose. And slowly coming back in, balance, hold it, stepping down, toes parallel, okay, setting up for Uttanasana, lifting the chest, inhale, and exhale, fold all the way down. Wrapping your fingers around your upper arms, bend your knees, maybe swaying from left to right a few times. Fingertips to the mat, inhale, half lift, exhale, fold. Stepping it back to plank, from plank, downward facing dog. Staying here, or coming forward, taking one more vinyasa. And dropping down to the knees. Dropping down to the knees. And just coming down. Peeling your spine down, setting up for Shavasana. So before Shavasana, we'll just release out the back a bit. Just have your feet nice and wide on the mat, arms out. Let both your knees fall to one side. And inhale, exhale, other side. And inhale, and exhale. Inhale and exhale. So just bring your knees in or straightening out your legs. Arms out, palms facing up. So stay laying down, I'll just talk you through Shavasana. So closing the eyes. Have your arms as wide as you need to so the muscles of your neck are nice and relaxed. Just focusing on the breath. If your mind starts to wander, let the thoughts come and let the thoughts go, coming back to the breath. So it's a good idea to stay in Shavasana for at least 5 minutes. So now that you're nice and relaxed, I will leave you to it. Maybe even longer if you've been a bit stressed. Thanks a lot, guys. Pleasure as always. Namaste. I will see you next time. Take care. Thanks a lot.